Is Israel's problem the lack of a war plan? Is a ground invasion in Gaza even viable? The ongoing ground invasion in Gaza has raised critical questions about the feasibility of its ambitious military plan. In the past 2 days alone, Israel has suffered the loss of at least 15 soldiers as its forces push deeper into Gaza, targeting dozens of sites linked with Hamas rulers. The toll of this excursion is becoming evident. Israel says its objective is to completely disengage from Gaza once it is satisfied that Hamas has been defeated. The Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has even talked about a new security regime there, one that would eliminate Israeli responsibility for daily life in Gaza. And this could extend over months. But the central question remains, is it a realistic strategy? Can Israel truly achieve its goals in Gaza? And what is the strategy guiding its actions? The deaths of 15 Israeli soldiers were the first casualties inside Gaza publicly confirmed by Israel's military since its ground invasion began. Fighting has reportedly intensified, and Israeli forces have pushed closer to Gaza City. Meanwhile, in Israel, where military conscription is mandatory, the soldiers' names and faces have been prominently featured on news websites and broadcast live on television. On Tuesday, Israeli forces claimed to have taken control of a Hamas military stronghold in Gaza, Gaza's Jabalia, reporting the elimination of more than 50 militants. This operation unfolded in a densely populated residential area, resulting in widespread devastation. Images from the scene depicted ordinary Palestinians walking through the rubble, desperately searching for survivors. Tragically, the attack resulted in the loss of many lives and left hundreds injured. So I ask again, what's the goal? Because clearly the reality on ground paints a different picture. According to the regional security experts cited by Reuters, there is a clear lack of an endgame. Israel's approach involves dropping thousands of bombs and destroying infrastructure, but the absence of a concrete exit strategy raises concerns. The aim is to destroy Gaza's infrastructure, even at the cost of high civilian casualties. It is to push Gaza's people towards the Egyptian border and go after Hamas by blowing up their maze of underground tunnels. But can the ground invasion meet Israel's ambitions, its aim? The ground invasion is riddled with risks, particularly given the house-to-house urban fighting required when entering the Gaza Strip. This places civilians in the area of significant risk. What about Hamas? It also has a sizable military wing with more than 25,000 members and an extensive social welfare infrastructure known as Dawa. They reportedly have 80,000 to 90,000 members. They are expected to leverage their network of tunnels for attacks on Israeli forces. Israelis are being warned to prepare for an extended war with a record 465,000 reservists mobilized to support, 169,000 active duty troops. But the pressing question is, how long can Israel sustain its campaign, especially as international pressure mounts for a ceasefire? You see, Israel has two stated goals. One, bring back its hostages safe. Number two, destroy Hamas. But even if these goals are achieved, neither Israel nor its closest ally, the United States, seems to have given much thought to what would come next for Gaza. According to reports, the US has also stressed on the need to focus on a post-war plan for Gaza. Arab countries are also alarmed that Israel has no clear plan for the future of the Palestinian enclave that it is bombarding. Hamas's surprise attack on Israel on October 7th underscored just how little control Israel has over Gaza. It was not just an intelligence failure, it was an operational failure, as well as a strategic failure. Israel has fought 3 previous conflicts with Hamas, in 2008-2009, in 2012 and in 2014. Israel launched limited land invasions during 2 of those campaigns, but unlike today, Israel's leaders never vowed to destroy Hamas once and for all. In those 3 previous battles, just under 4,000 Palestinians and fewer than 100 Israelis died. Look at the numbers now. What's more, there is less optimism in the US also that Israel will be able to completely destroy Hamas. And now even its ally, the US, has doubts. Will Israel be able to completely destroy Hamas? Weaken it, yes, but not completely destroy it. And if Hamas were to be weakened, there will be a power vacuum. Who will fill it? Israel pulled its army and thousands of settlers out of the Gaza Strip in 2005. It says it has no intention to govern Gaza. US President Joe Biden has also said it would be a big mistake. So then, what's the end game for Israel? Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has his work cut out. Whatever the outcome of the war, he will have to ensure that a similar attack never happens again. WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.